All of us have our fears. But how many know that he'll calm your fears? In the midst of your frightening moments, he'll show up. Not only in your fears and your frustration, but also in your faithlessness. You know, Thomas was not there when he showed up. And he finally showed up later. And Thomas was there, but Thomas had put the word out. I'm not going to believe it unless I see it. He's like so many folk in church today from Missouri. You got to see it to believe it. He says, Thomas, after he shows up, Thomas said, I believe. He said, oh yes, you believe because you have seen. But blessed is the man who has not seen and yet believes. Faith is not seeing and then believing. It's believing that you're going to see. And so he shows up even in our faithlessness. But then in this chapter 21, we see him show up in our failures. Peter had decided to go back to the old way. Oftentimes when we find ourselves confused and not comfortable where we are, we resort or we go back to the things that we used to do. He said, I'm going fishing. And he influenced the other disciples that were with him. You do need to know that you have influence over somebody. He influenced them to go with him, and they went out and they fished all night and came up empty. Jesus shows up in the midst of their failure. And he said, children, do you have any meat? He was being kind of sarcastic. Children, not such an enduring term in this context as much as it was a reminder that they had been acting immature. You want to be grown, but you're acting childish. I know not down here in North Carolina, but I got some grown folk that are childish. When they can't have their way, they'll take their hymn book and go home. When they lose their title, when they're no longer the chairman of the closet committee, they'll get mad. That's childish. Oh, I wish I had time to preach. And so he called them children. Do you have any meat? And they said, no, we don't have nothing. We don't have nothing. And so he shows up in the midst of your failures. Don't let people convince you that the Lord won't show up because you messed up. I believe I got some members of the messed up committee. But the God that we serve will give you another chance. I just wish I had some folk in here that will admit that you just didn't have one more chance. You had a whole lot of chances. He shows up in the midst of the failure. But not only will he show up, he'll speak up. Do you have any meat? And they admitted that they didn't have any. He said, cast your nets on the other side. I wish, Doc, that we would recognize that many of our blessings are in the vicinity.
All right. Yeah.
Too often we got to look way off. But if you are under the favor of God,
All right.
a blessing will come to you if you stay in the right place. That's why some of y'all miss your blessing. You're church hopping, running everywhere. You go too many places, you get spiritual indigestion. He said, just cast your net on the right side. And they caught so many fish that they had to get some help. The nets couldn't hold. In fact, the scripture tells us there's about 253 of them. When I was on those waters some years ago, the guide said that it represented all the kinds of fish in that water. And that helped me. That helped my ministry. It helped me to understand that you need some largemouth bass in your church. You need some crappie and some brim. Every now and then you need some sharks to keep you praying. Yeah. He caught all those fish and the Lord showed up and he spoke up. I tell you, if you would just take him at his word, stop trying to fix it yourself. Just do what he tells you to do. How many know he will bless you? But then I see something else. He not only will show up and speak up, but he'll serve up. When they got to the bank, he already had stuff on the grill. When will we learn that whatever you need